Welcome to our deep dive on the dual passport dilemma in H-1B visa stamping. In this video, we will unpack what happens when your approved H-1B status is tied to one nationality, but you hold a second passport that seems more convenient for consular processing or travel. First, we will clarify the difference between H-1B status and the visa stamp. Next, we will discuss the principle of consistency that consulates use. Then, we will explore the controversy of switching passports and how consular jurisdiction shapes outcomes. Finally, we will offer a practical checklist, risk signals, and a short quiz to test your understanding. Let's get started. Here is our agenda. We will first separate H-1B status from the visa stamp. Then we will talk about the consistency principle. After that, we will address switching passports, jurisdictional nuances, and what to prepare. We will also show a decision tree and a timeline to visualize the process. We will conclude with key takeaways, a short quiz, and recommendations. This video provides general educational information and is not legal advice. Immigration outcomes are highly fact-specific, and consular policies vary by post and can change without notice. You should consult a qualified immigration attorney to review your specific facts, documents, and strategic options before making any decisions. Let's clearly separate two parts of your immigration journey. USCIS approves your H-1B status through the I-129 petition, and, if filed inside the United States, your change of status. However, the visa stamp that allows you to re-enter the United States after international travel is issued by the Department of State at a consulate abroad. These two processes are distinct, run by different agencies with different standards and procedures. Understanding this separation is essential to avoid strategic errors. Consular officers prioritize consistency across applications. If your prior U.S. visas and your current I-129 reference the same passport, switching to a different passport for reasons of convenience often raises flags. Officers may interpret a change in primary travel document as a potential attempt to avoid checks or to manipulate jurisdiction, which can lead to prolonged administrative processing. Maintaining alignment between the data on your I-129, your historical U.S. travel, and your current passport presentation is often the safer path. While a dual citizen can legally hold and use multiple passports, presenting a different passport does not erase security requirements tied to your other nationality. Officers adjudicate based on your full profile, including all citizenships and prior travel. If one nationality triggers enhanced vetting, that vetting usually applies regardless of which passport physically receives the stamp. You must fully disclose all citizenships on the DS-160 and be ready to explain why you are switching passports for this application. Use this decision logic. If your I-129 and prior U.S. visas align with Passport A, the lowest risk approach is to continue with Passport A. If you intend to switch to Passport B, verify whether the consulate in your chosen location accepts such a switch. If it does, prepare a clear and truthful justification, and be ready for follow-up questions. Regardless of the passport presented, the nationality that triggers the most restrictive security checks often governs the overall processing time. When uncertainty remains, consult counsel. Here is your preparation checklist. First, confirm which passport appears on the I-129 approval and on any prior U.S. visas. Second, complete the DS-160 with full disclosure of all citizenships. Third, choose a consular post known to accommodate dual citizens, or that provides clear rules on switching passports. Fourth, coordinate with your employer's immigration counsel so that all data is consistent across filings. Fifth, bring all valid passports to the interview if you hold more than one. Sixth, prepare a brief, written justification for any passport switch. Seventh, anticipate potential administrative processing and plan your travel accordingly. Eighth, carry comprehensive supporting documents, including the I-797 approval, certified LCA, employment verification, and prior visas. This timeline outlines the typical stages from change of status approval to visa issuance. After choosing a consulate and finalizing your strategy, complete the DS-160, attend biometrics, and then the visa interview. Be prepared for the possibility of administrative processing, which can add days or weeks. Allow sufficient buffer time before any critical international travel or work commitments. Synchronize your employer's documents early to prevent last-minute corrections. This mind map highlights the primary risk drivers in dual passport H-1B stamping, consistency between your I-129 data and prior visas, the policies of the consular post, and security checks tied to nationality all influence processing. Full and accurate disclosure is essential. Strategy should be developed with counsel and supported by a written explanation, especially when switching passports. These factors collectively determine the likelihood of delays and approval outcomes. On the left, Passport A aligns with your I-129 and prior visa history, which generally reduces inconsistency risk and can simplify data verification. However, even with Passport A, you may face security checks if they are triggered by your other nationality. On the right, Passport B might offer better appointment availability or perceived convenience, but switching raises questions that require a clear, honest justification. Crucially, security checks tied to your other nationality still apply, so the potential time savings may be illusory. This table summarizes common risk signals. Low risk typically involves matching passport details across the I-129 and historical visas, complete disclosure, and a consular post that allows flexibility. Medium risk includes minor discrepancies that are well explained and corrected. High risk includes switching passports without a strong justification, omitting or inaccurately reporting citizenships, choosing a post that insists on the original passport, or having a nationality that triggers enhanced vetting. Quiz time. The question is, if your I-129 and last 5 U.S. visas list Passport A, but you present Passport B at the interview purely for convenience, what is the most likely consequence? Your options are: A. The officer will automatically stamp Passport B faster. B. No impact at all. Dual citizens can choose freely. C. It may trigger questions and potential administrative processing. D. It guarantees refusal. You may pause the video now to think about the answer. We will discuss the answer in the next section of the video. The correct answer is, it may trigger questions and potential administrative processing. Consular officers favor consistency. Presenting a different passport without a strong justification can cause delays, while the officer reconciles your history and verifies intent. Second quiz. True or false? Using a second passport removes nationality-based security checks tied to your other citizenship. You may pause the video now to think about the answer. False. We will discuss the answer in the next section of the video. The correct answer is false. Security checks follow your entire profile, including all citizenships and travel history, not just the passport you present at the interview. Here are some pro tips. First, remember that the nationality with the most restrictive security requirements often dictates overall processing times. Second, fully disclose all citizenships on the DS-160 and be ready to explain any passport switch. Third, align data across your I-129, prior visas, and DS-160. Choose a post with clear rules on dual citizens, and build in time for possible administrative processing. Finally, consult specialized counsel if you have any uncertainty. These are the key takeaways. First, H-1B status approval is distinct from visa issuance. Second, consistency minimizes risk, while switching passports often introduces delays. Third, security checks follow your entire identity profile. Fourth, always disclose all citizenships and prepare a written justification if you switch passports. Fifth, consult counsel before altering your strategy or consular post. Let's recap. Map your travel and visa history to your I-129 and select the passport that aligns. If you must switch, compile evidence and craft a clear, honest explanation. Choose a consular post whose policies fit your situation and plan for possible delays. Coordinate closely with your employer's counsel to maintain consistency across documents. When in doubt, prioritize transparency and professional legal advice. Thank you for watching. If you found this helpful, please like, share, and subscribe. In the comments, let us know your scenario, the consulate you are considering, and any questions you would like us to cover next. See you in the next video.